Hello, my name is Jack. I'm also known on YouTube as the Darts Referee, and for the last 30 days I have switched hands when playing darts, and I am now throwing solely with my left hand. Now in this video I'm going to go through all the progress that I've made, the reasons I've done it, how I felt along the way, and the point that we've reached at the moment. If we hit any 180s, did we manage to hit a left-handed 180? And yeah, let's go through and let's have a look at everything that we've accomplished in the last 30 days.
Now, one thing I haven't changed over the past 30 days is my darts. I have been using the exact same darts that I was using when I was using my right hand, and the main reason being for that is just because they feel good in my hands and they feel secure. And one thing about security that I like is security on my web browser. That's why today's sponsor is NordVPN. One of NordVPN's biggest benefits is that if you are ever trying to watch Netflix or darts online or any kind of streaming service that is not available in the country that you're currently in, you can just change it. You can set yourself up to be in a different country, and content that wasn't previously available to you is now available. So for example, if you're trying to watch the darts and it's not available in the UK, what you can do is you can set up NordVPN to make it look like you are in the Netherlands, and all of a sudden you can watch the darts. NordVPN have also launched their threat protection feature, which can prevent you from downloading potentially harmful files, and also vulnerability protection to alert you about any potentially vulnerable apps that you might have on your computer. NordVPN also has NordPass, which helps you securely store your passwords and also create stronger passwords to help prevent your accounts from being hacked or compromised. So use the link in the description, which is www.nordvpn.com/dartsreferee to get yourself NordVPN subscription. When you get yourself set up to a 2-year plan using my link, you will also get yourself 4 months completely for free using the link nordvpn.com/dartsreferee. And it's also completely risk-free, as NordVPN have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you want to get yourself a NordVPN subscription, go to the link in my description. It is www.nordvpn.com/dartsreferee. Thank you very much to Nord for sponsoring this video.
So, a big question is going to be, why the hell have you bothered even trying this? Why would you throw left-handed for 30 days? Is it just to make a video? Is it just because you think people are you're gonna get more viewers, whatever. A lot of the questions I've had have been based around that, but I'll give you my honest reasonings behind this, and this is 100% why I have swapped left-handed. For the last 2 years, have been progressively getting worse and worse and worse at darts, to the point where I am so bad at throwing darts that I think a non-dart player would comfortably beat me, and I've been playing darts for 20 years. And with the right hand, for the last 2 years, it's just gone downhill and downhill, and it's kept getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where I don't enjoy playing darts. I don't want to play darts. I do want to play darts in a sense, but when I get to a tournament, I don't enjoy it as much. I don't want to record myself playing darts, which is kind of sucks when you're the darts referee on YouTube and your content is made around darts. I don't want to stream myself playing darts because I'm just embarrassed by how bad at darts I am. So the reason why I've swapped to left-handed was because I wanted to give myself a chance to try and relearn how to play darts. Now, I've only got 2 hands. This is going to be the last chance I get. If I get dartitis in the left hand, then I think I'm going to have to just pack it in and just not play. But for the most part, we're doing all right. I did touch on dartitis. Let me just go through what that is quickly as well, because people might not know. Dartitis is something that I've struggled with since I was 12 years old. The first time I got dartitis, I was in year 7 at school. I was 12 years old, and I didn't know what it was back then, but over the last 18 years, I'm 30 now, over the last 18 years, it will come back and then it'll go away, and it'll come back and then it'll go away. And sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better, sometimes it's just there, just a little bit annoying me, sometimes it's there to the point where I can't even hit the top half of the board, and sometimes it's just, I just can't even throw the dart, let alone hit the board. I can't even get the dart out of my hand. I've made a video on dartitis before and how it affected me and how I felt. So if you want to watch that, go and have a look. I'll leave a link in the description. You can go and check that out if you want some more information about it. But basically, I've had dartitis in my right arm on and off for the past 18 years. And the last 2 years, although the dartitis hasn't been that bad, it's been annoying enough. It's almost worse when it's annoying, because you can still throw a dart, they just don't go where you want them because you just hold on to them for a little bit too long, or you just try and flick a dart at the last second to try and correct yourself because your brain thinks you're doing it wrong. And that just, yeah, I mean, the amount of times in the last 2 years I've thrown a dart at a 20 and I've hit like a big 13 or something, or I've hit like a 10 or a 15. They always seem to go down the right hand side of the board, and I just decided, yeah, I'm gonna try left-handed. We're gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give my brain a bit of a break from trying to constantly correct my right arm, and we're going to do it with the left arm. So that is basically the reason why I have decided to do this. It's going to be an interesting ride. I must admit, after 30 days, I do think I will stick to left-handed forever. I can't see myself ever going back to right-handed as I sit here right now, but we'll see. Hopefully I don't, and I am enjoying playing darts a lot more with the left. There's no pressure on me. I'm enjoying it. It's fun to relearn darts again. It's fun to see actual improvement, because I've not seen improvement in my game in a very, very long time. But yeah, let's get into the process. Let's go through what I've done over the past 30 days and how I have felt. So I think the first big milestone is going to be around day 4. Day 4 was the first day where my arm stopped hurting. So if you've ever played darts for a long period of time, or if you've ever not played darts for a few months and then come and thrown some darts, inside my elbow absolutely kills whenever I swap hands, or whenever I don't play darts for a long time and then I come back and I play for a couple of hours. Inside my elbow absolutely kills. So day 4 was the first day where it stopped hurting and I was able to throw day after day without pain. So that was pretty good. I was expecting it to be a little bit longer than that, I must admit, but day 4 was pretty good. Then we come on to around day 10. Now at this point, I'm starting to feel a lot more comfortable. And one thing that I didn't notice, and one thing that I thought was a bit odd, was I couldn't really feel the dart in my left hand when I was holding it. I couldn't notice the grip like I can in my right hand. If I run my fingers across the dart, I couldn't really notice how grippy the dart was until about day 10. And it's almost like my fingers started to understand what they were doing and what they were feeling, and they started getting used to the dart side of things. And around day 10, I started noticing that I was holding my dart slightly differently to how I thought I was holding my dart, which wasn't a bad thing. It's just my brain couldn't work out where my fingers were on the dart, if that makes sense. But after 10 days of playing, it started to understand, and I started to get a little bit more consistent. I think once I could feel the dart in my fingers, I got a lot more consistent, and I started throwing a lot more darts. It was around day 10 where I stopped hitting as many like 18s and 12s. I was still hitting a lot of 1 and 5s, but the 18s and 12s were like 1 in every 15 darts maybe, instead of 1 in every 5 darts. Then we had day 14. Day 14 was a big point. Day 14 was the day that I said to myself, I am fully comfortable throwing left-handed. It took me 14 days to feel fully comfortable. I will admit, after about 20, 21 days, I looked back on day 14 and thought, no, you were incorrect. But in the time, I felt like day 14 was the day that my left-handed throw felt comfortable to me, and I felt like it didn't require any sort of additional concentration, or it didn't require me to really focus on what I was doing to get my arm in the correct position, to get my fingers in the correct position, and to get my arm throwing in the right direction. It just kind of felt like a little bit more second nature, and that was about the first time where I felt like it was getting better and it was improving. A lot of people will say muscle memory. I guess if you think it's muscle memory, then that's where the muscle memory started to begin, was at about day 14. Then, like I just said, day 20, 21 rolled around, and this is the point where I started feeling like I do now. In a month's time, I might look back on 30 days in and think, Jack, you don't know what you're talking about. If you could see yourself in a month's time, you would not be agreeing with what you're saying, but I can only live to the day that I am. So Day number 2021 was the day where I first started noticing that my darts were going in the right direction. My hands were feeling really, really confident. I was starting to throw a little bit quicker. One thing I noticed was because I was because my left hand was so useless at the beginning, it was difficult just to offload a dart into this hand, hold it correctly, and then throw it. I would mess up all the time. My fingers would be in the wrong positions. I'd have fingers like going under the darts, and it'd be really weird. I'd have like my fingers would be almost like on the flight or the stem of the dart. They just weren't in the correct position again, but like along the barrel as well this time. And it wasn't until about day 2021 where I could freely pass a dart into my left hand, hold it correctly the first time every time, and then throw a dart, and that was fine. And then we get on to now, day number 30. I am feeling very confident. I don't think I'm going to be winning every single darts game for the next year. I don't think I'm going to be beating elite players or top Super League players or county players. But what I will tell you is I'm looking forward to tournaments and I'm looking forward to playing. I really, really am. It's so exciting to know that I've got a tournament this Saturday that I can go and play in. And I can go and try my best because as far as I've played tournaments so far, I've actually done pretty well. So let's go through the tournaments that I played. So the first tournament I played was the UK Open qualifiers, which was on day 7 of, or 9, I think it was day 9. Day 9 was the first time I played a darts tournament, and I went 1-0 up in the first leg. I did end up losing 4-1, but I took a leg off someone. And then I played another tournament about a week and a half later, or about 8 days later, so day 17-ish, we played another tournament. This was my first round robin tournament, and this was the first time I'd played darts for a long, long period of time. So I was obviously in a round robin tournament, you play a group stage, so I was playing multiple players in the same day, which was the first time I'd done that. And I lost my first game 3-1, I lost my second game 3-2, and I lost my third game 3-0. So I'm taking legs off players who are better than me, who I would probably not take legs off right-handed, and I'm starting to get a lot of confidence at this point. I'm starting to think, you know what, I've not won a game yet, but I'm getting a lot more confident, and I'm starting to throw darts, and I'm starting to compete with other people. I'm no longer throwing darts and hitting a 4 instead of a 20, or hitting a 9 on the other side of the board. I'm starting to compete, and I'm starting to actually make a bit of a difference. So another thing that we had was the UK Open, the next UK Open qualifier, which I played, which was only yesterday, which I've just come home from. That was day number 30. And yeah, it was good. I played against a guy called Ian Plum. He's played Q School, he has played Challenge Tour, he is a county player, he's a Super League player, he's a solid 80 average, and I won the first leg, I won the bullseye, I then won the first leg, I then left myself a finish to go 1-1. I left myself a finish to go 2-0 up, and he went out and he went 1-1. I then missed 3 darts at double 18 to go 2-1 up, and then he went 3-1 and 4-1, and that was that. But I made a good showing myself. I was really happy about it. So, the 180s. Did we hit a 180 in the 30 days? Let's have a look. So, when we first started throwing, the first attempt I had on a 180 was on day 2. And I must admit, I thought I would probably hit a 180 in about 6 or 7 attempts. I think by the 6th or 7th time, I'd gone treble 20, the last dart would go in. So, over the course of the next 30 days, we had multiple attempts, but the consistency was improving. I was going from hitting I was going from missing 180 every stream/2 streams, to the point where I was having about between 3 and sometimes 5 or 6 attempts per stream at the 180. So I'm sure you can tell if I'm having 5 or 6 attempts at a 180 per stream that we did not hit a 180 in 6 or 7 attempts. Actually, we hit a 180 on attempt number 27. Now, it was very frustrating. I missed so many chances of the 180, and to be honest, I think I could have hit it a lot sooner. I think luck was involved. I think I had a lot of times where I wired it, or I had a deflection that just shot it out, and I think they would have gone in. But attempt number 27, now this was a bit of a wild day. We had family rounds, and this was a Friday night. We had family round, and they left at about 9 o'clock, and I thought to myself, you know what, I want to hit a 180 before the 30 days is over. The thing was, I wanted to hit a 180 for this video, and I got to day number 29, 26 my 180s missed, and I had 9 o'clock till sort of the rest of the day, because the day after was day number 30, and that was the day that I went to the UK Open qualifiers, and I could guarantee you I would not be streaming, or even if I did hit a 180 in the day, that'd be great, but it wouldn't be on film, so I wouldn't be able to show you guys me hitting the 180. So 9 o'clock we start a stream. This is the latest stream I've done in a very, very long time. 9 o'clock we start a stream, and I say to myself, right, just hit a 180. It's easier said than done. You've missed 26, you've been trying it for 30 days, but just hit a 180 today, please. So we missed a couple of 180s early on in the stream, and then I decided I'm going to say myself a little prayer.
Darts gods, the next time that I go treble 20 to treble 20, I would absolutely love it if the last one was also a treble 20. I've been trying this for 29 days. I've really tried my hardest. I've streamed nearly every day. I've spent so much time in this room trying to hit a 180 darts god, and I just haven't done it. So if you could please help me out here, that'd be fantastic.
So after praying to the darts gods and making a plea for my life, I was willing to sell my soul at this point, by the way, just to hit this 180 by the end of the stream. At 13 minutes past midnight, into day 30, we did this.
So they must be half decent. It's in. That is in. That is 180. That's in. Oh. Oh my God, we've done it. That's in.
And the first left-handed 180 came right then. 13 minutes past midnight on Saturday morning of day number 30, we hit a 180. I was so happy. It was such a relief to hit the 180. It was more of a relief than it was an achievement almost at that point. I felt like I'd thrown well enough to hit 180s. I mean, I'd missed 26 of them already, but it was more of the relief that I'd actually completed it than the belief or the happiness that I hit from actually achieving it, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's a weird one. The happiness of the relief was more than the happiness of the achieve. I think that makes sense. Hopefully that does make sense. But that's how I felt at the time, and we finally got it. And then funnily enough, fast forward the next day, 3 minutes into the stream, we did this.
Yeah, Gareth, not bad, mate. Yeah, I played alright, to be honest. Oh, we call them buses, boys. The buses. 121 180. That's my second 180. But it's literally the day after my first one. That's mental. That is actually mental.
So we are 2 180s. I mean, the second one didn't come within the 30-day time limit, but the next day we did hit another one. So I feel like once the floodgates are open now, hopefully we'll be hitting a lot more. One thing that I did do though over the course of these 30 days was try and track my progress so you guys could see the progress and sort of how we got on and how we improved over the course of 30 days. So we did a little challenge. What I did was I was thinking about ways that I could track my progress, but I needed to think of a way that a first-time beginner could track their progress. Averages are no good because if you just hit a double on the first dart on day one, then you're going to be chasing that average for the next probably 10-15 days until you can sort of do it again. I didn't think averages would be very consistent whatsoever. Another thing people were saying was you should try and do doubles or hit doubles, or you should try and play legs, or you should try and see how many darts or how many 140s you can hit in an hour, or how many tons you can hit in an hour. And I decided we needed to make it a lot more simple than that. So if any of you guys have ever played the game round the clock, the idea is all you have to do is you have to hit the numbers from 1 to 20 in order and see how many darts it takes you to do it. So that's what we did. So day one, I set myself out to play around the clock All we had to do was throw 1 to 20. I wasn't going to include the bullseye because I felt like the bullseye would be luck-based more than skill-based for a brand new dart player or a person playing with a brand new limb. So we didn't do the bullseye. All I had to do was throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 in a row, or not in a row, but count how many darts it would take me to do that and to hit every single segment. Now on day 1, we started off with a 72 dart round the clock on singles, which averages out at like 3.5 darts per segment. So on average, roughly, I was hitting just under 1 single number per 3 darts, which I don't know if that's any good. Maybe you guys could try for me. Play left-handed, do around the clock, let me know how many darts it takes you to do around the clock left-handed, so I can gauge at least if 72 is above average, below average, about right. I don't really know, but the first day was 72. And then we fast forward all the way through the days. You can see here that the numbers are going down, which is obviously a good thing. I'm improving, my grouping is getting better, and my confidence is getting a bit higher, and I'm starting to be able to aim a little bit better than I could before, because another thing was the aiming part of playing left-handed did feel weird to start off with. It felt really odd. So the aim was improving, the consistency was improving, and the numbers of darts it was taking me to go down numbers of darts it was taking me to go from 1 to 20 was going down, which is obviously a great thing, and it was steady progress as well. There are a few days where I might go up a number, or I might go up a couple of darts, or I might go down a big chunk, but for the most part it was pretty good. It was good, consistent improvement, which I love to see. That was the thing that made me want to throw the darts more and more and more, was because I could see every single day I was getting better. So that is basically what I did up until day number 30, where we threw a 31, which I think is actually not bad. I would say at this point in time, I would not throw a 31 right-handed. I don't think I would throw a 31 right-handed. And also, I got to about 18 on 24 darts. So I could have done it in like 27, 28 darts, but I think I missed like 5 darts at the big 18. I was starting to think about it, and I was starting to like worry a little bit that I was gonna hit this really good score of like 26, 27 or something like that. And I think I bottled it a little bit. Missed a handful, and then we went out and it was fine. But yeah, 31 darts. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty decent. Let me know in the comments how you get on as well. Play with your strong hands and throw round the clock 1 to 20, no bullseyes, no 25s, and let me know what you did it in, so I can gauge sort of like, and you know what, let me know the level of darts you play, what you would guess your average is, and then how many darts you took to do 1 to 20, because that will give me a good idea as to see where I'm sort of at right now. So over the course of 30 days, we managed to hit a 180. We managed to do round the clock in 31 darts. We managed to win 4 legs of darts in competition. In the 4 matches of what I've played as well, I only lost 1 game 3-0, and that was to Callan Garwood. So Callan, shout out to you. You're the only person to whitewash me so far. And I've played some good players. I've taken some legs off some good players, and it's just going to keep going, and I'm going to keep trying my best. The streams are going to continue, and we're going to just try and see where we can get to. The goal, realistically, what is the goal? The goal is to, number 1, enjoy what I'm doing and enjoy playing darts with you guys, in front of you guys, for you guys. That is the number 1 goal. It's just to make sure that I enjoy what I'm doing and I enjoy playing darts. And left-handed, so far, I'm really enjoying it. The next goal is going to be to win my first match. Now, we have done streams where I've played against subscribers, and I have won games on there, but it's a little bit different. I'm in my darts room, you're playing on a camera. It's not exactly the same. I'm not in a real pressure situation in person, so I wouldn't count those as wins. So my first goal is to get my first left-handed in real life competition, whether it's a league match or a competition, get my first win. So that should be interesting. Hopefully that does well, and hopefully at some point we get to achieve that in the next couple of months maybe. That'll be the goal. And then the future goals, I don't know if I would be the first person to do this, but I would like to go to Q School. I would like to be throwing a much better standard than I am now. Obviously, I'm 1 month into playing darts essentially. I would like to go to Q School, and I would like to be, I would guess, potentially the only person who's ever gone to Q School and thrown right-handed and left-handed. The only person who has gone to Q School before swapping hands and after swapping hands. So that could be quite interesting. I think that would be quite fun. It definitely won't be the January coming up. But Q School 2026, potentially. I don't see why that is out, why that will be out of the question. I think I could get to a standard within the next, what is it, March now? The next 21 months, 22 months. It's not March, is it? It's February. I've lost the plot. The next 22 or 23 months or so, I think I could get to a standard where I would stand a chance of winning a game or two at Q School. I don't think I'm going to get a tour card. I don't think I'm going to be playing alongside Michael Van Gerwen on a Monday and a Tuesday on a Pro Tour in Leicester or whatever. But I want to get to the point where I can throw a decent dart, and I think 22 months is probably a reasonable amount of time to allow myself to play at a reasonably good standard. So that is going to be the goal. 2026 Q School potentially, but we'll have to play it by ear. I'm a month in. I'm a month into a journey that is going to take me at least 2 years to get to that point, and I've got a long way to go. But guys, thank you for watching this. I really do appreciate it. If you did like this video, then make sure you share it with your friends. If anyone is watching this and you're still at a point where you can't improve with your normal hand, then you can switch. It's not the end of the world. It will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of trying to improve. It will take a lot of dedication, but it can get better. Also, something I forgot to tell you, the amount of time that I played left-handed in the last 30 days. So I streamed all of my left-handed practice sessions when I was here. I did have a few practice sessions out and about with other people and stuff, but on stream I was live in these 30 days for a total of 32 hours and 50 minutes. And in real life, I played around 7 hours of darts at tournaments on and off and at friends' houses practicing. So I would say, all in all, in 30 days, I practiced for about 40 hours, and that's kind of how much I improved in 40 hours. So yeah, but yeah, if you guys want to swap hands, it can be done, but it's not easy. Really consider it before you do it. I've been thinking about doing it for about 18 months, and it's taken me up to this point to try and do it and to go for it. I always tell my friends I'm going to try and do it, and they always say, well, your left-handed throw is actually quite nice. I think you'd be quite good at it. But the whole idea of starting again has scared me up until this last 30 days, to the point where I'm now looking back thinking, I wish I'd done it sooner. I really did. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.